lovelies, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing my Dip With Me inspired series. And in today's video, I'm going to be recreating a mani using my own twist that I found on Pinterest. And I'll put the picture up here so you can see it in the little corner here. So this is what I'm going to do. I thought it was a really cool, like, geometric pattern. But instead of doing it on every nail, I'm going to do it just on my middle finger and my ring finger. And then I'm going to use one of the colors that I'm going to be using in the lines for my color on my other three fingers, which is this beautiful color from Beetles gel, B435. So I'm going to be using a combination of gel and dip today, because on the two nails I'm going to do the art on, I am using like a base color for that in a dip form. So let's get started with that. So for the base color on the nail art nails, I'm going to be using Buff from Cascade Colorworks, which unfortunately is no longer available, as I've mentioned before. So I am doing the gel method, so I'll just have to pour over the dip onto my nail here. So I just thought that this was like a really cool design, and it gave me like a really 80s vibe with the colors. And I don't know if you can notice from the picture that I put up in the corner, but oops, it is matte. So I'm going to be doing this mani all matte. I do have a matte top gel from Glam Co that I'm going to be using. So this is just the first pour over of Buff from Cascade. Just have to like put in more in there and soak it up a little bit. Okay. And this is really cool color to use. I love this as one of my base colors. I've used it in many manis in the past, and I also have another one called Bear, which I do the same thing with. I just thought this Buff was nicer to use for this particular base for the nail art. So don't mind my cuticles. I redid my builder gel over the weekend, and I like tore up my cuticles. So hopefully I can edit that out for my pictures here at the end somehow. Or I'll have my daughter help me with that, because some of that I'm not that well-versed in doing. All right. Okay, so I thought I was recording this application of the blue that I just did with the gel polish, but I looked up to stop it to cure, and I realized that I did not get this first application of the blue on camera because I hadn't hit record. So anyway, we're going to chat again while I have this in my lamp for 60 seconds. So I put on this layer of the blue polish from Beetles. I'm curing it for 60 seconds. Then I'm going to do a second coat of it. I'm not going to tape that just because it's literally me painting on the polish. And then I'm going to come back for another look before I do my filing and my buffing. And then after that, we'll get into the nail art. But what I was saying was, when I thought I was recording, this inspirational series is something that I'm going to do each month. I started it last month with something that I saw on Kate's Nail Corner's YouTube channel. So I recreated a mani that she had done about 2 years ago, I believe. I'll link my video up here. That was my June inspirational mani. And now this is my July mani, which I found on Pinterest. So I kind of like to do it and give my own spin onto it, just so I'm not copying it, you know, virtually color by color, design by design. So I'm throwing my own spin on this by using this blue color on my other nails. And I'm, you know, doing a little bit of a different design, whereas they did each nail as you saw with the design, and I'm just doing my 2 fingers here. So that being said, keep an eye out, because this will be a series that I do each month. I'm going to continue doing it as long as I have inspiration. I see stuff every day that I want to recreate, so there's no shortage of inspiration for me. And I have stuff saved that I'm going to be doing as well. So yeah, stay tuned for that coming up in the months to come. Let me get another coat of this blue on, but already, I mean, this is gorgeous. This is the first application, and it's pretty well covered, which I've said before about these Beetles colors. They really do cover well. But let me get this second coat on, cure that, and then I'll be back before I go off camera again to do my filing, my buffing. This is how we're looking so far after I've done my top encapsulation before I file. So I'm going to go ahead, file, reshape, buff, and then activate, come back, or actually activate my two dipped nails here. And then we'll be back to do the nail art, which I have to like set up my laptop because I need to look at the picture while I'm doing it. Otherwise I won't be able to do it, you know, the exact same way. And then we'll prep all of our gel polishes and everything and get ready to start that. So stay tuned for that. I'm really excited. I hope I can get it to look as close to the picture that I showed you as possible. And stay tuned. Okay, I am back. This is how we're looking after filing and buffing and reshaping. I'm going to go ahead now and start the design and try and figure out why my light is so dark here. Oh, there we go. I just put my other light on. Okay. So I had to, like I mentioned, put the picture up on my laptop here. So I have that here off to my right. So if I like stop and pause for a second, it's because I'm like waking the computer screen back up again. But basically what I have here is all of the colors I'm going to be using. So that includes this blue that I put on my 3 fingers. So I'm going to put that down. Now the colors that I'm using aren't exact to the colors that were used necessarily in the picture. I tried to match as closely as I could. Then I have this green, because there is a green there. I'm going to put that down. Now, and I was really struggling to try and figure out what I wanted to do on the other nails. I was thinking of doing like all black and then doing that matte. And then I was going to do like one of each of these other colors on my fingers, you know, just to kind of do all of the colors and tie them in with the design. But I ultimately just decided on this blue because I really liked it. And I don't do a lot of blue, like this kind of blue in my manis. So I thought that would be a nice change. And now this last color that I'm putting down is this gorgeous pink. I had this on my toes for a while in June. I just love the way that these gels apply. I'm actually going to buy some more when I do I usually try and do my purchases in one swoop, like one time, like whether it's Amazon or, you know, on a dip site, anything that I'm doing for my nails, I like to do it all at once. So that way I have like stuff to unbox for you guys once a month. So I'll try and get another set of these gel polishes in a different color scheme and then do that for you guys next month. So I have one of my dotting tools here. I tried to find the thinnest one that I have, and I think that would be this one. I always look at them and I'm like, that looks the same as the other one. Like, I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna have to cure in between. So like doing a 60-second cure so these colors don't run into each other. So the first color that it looks like they put down was, I'm trying to see here, the yellow maybe? I'm trying to see like what overlaps. I'm going to go ahead and do the yellow. I'm going to do that on this outer corner. Oops, sorry, it was out of frame. I'm going to do this on my outer corner of this nail. I'm going to start on my middle finger. So I'm just picking that up and hope it's not too hard to see, but I need to have it flat. I can't have it like in front of my face when I do this, just because I need to have it stabilized. So I'm going to go ahead and put a line coming out. So this is kind of like a V, the way the yellow is in the picture. So just like that is how the yellow is. So I'm going to go ahead and cure this and then I'll be back for the next color. Okay, now that that's cured, I'm going to go ahead and make a larger V outside of this with the green, because that's what it looks like they did next. So kind of just replicating the same V, but kind of like a little bit bigger. And remember, she has different nail shape than I do. She has like almond, so it might come out different on me just because I'm doing like different corners than what were done on the original design here. But again, you know, I'm just trying to do it my own way too, so maybe not necessarily exactly like she did it in the photo. Oh, that's okay. I just had to come close to my face to straighten that line out. All right, and then she really didn't go to that corner. She kind of like went like this. Okay. So let me clean up my cuticle here with my little cuticle stick. So I don't want that gel curing onto my skin and into my cut that I gave myself. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and now cure this for 60 seconds. I realized I was missing a color because there's an orange in there, and I thought that I only needed 4 colors, including the black, but I actually need 5. So I'm going to go ahead and put this orange that I have down onto my foil palette, because that is the next color I'm going to use. So this is the first color that I'm like intersecting in. So let's see how I do that. Okay, just bear with me 1 second. All right, so that kind of came down like this way, intersected with the green, and then there's another line that came up this way through the yellow. Okay, whew, let's try this. All right, so it came up from here, had its own little corner up here. And then it went down through just this corner of the yellow. Okay, kind of like that. All right, I'm not mad at that. I think I'll keep it like that. So now I'm going to do the blue, and the blue literally was just a line like right here. So I'm going to cure this, and then we'll do the blue. Now we're on to that little blue line again, like just a little boop, blue line right across the green there. So kind of like parallel to the orange. Okay, let me just clean up my cuticle before I cure it. I think I can probably do the pink because that's all the way down at the other corner, so that's not going to really get affected, and then I can just cure them at once. Let me just make sure my dotting tool is all cleaned. Okay, and then the pink line goes from kind of like this tip of this orange up to the other tip of the orange, so just like this. Okay, not mad at that. So I'm going to go ahead and cure this up, and then we're going to put in those little black dot, kind of like those imperfect dots throughout the middle of it. So stay tuned for that. Okay, this is all cured up. So right in between here, if you remember from the picture, and I'll flash up here again for you, there are these black accent dots that kind of go like in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and try my best to recreate those here with my dotting tool and some black gel liner. So it might not be exact, but we'll see what I can do here. So they're kind of like little imperfect circles. Some almost look like leopard prints. So I'm just going to kind of go ahead and make these little dots going through. There was some out this way. And they just overlapped a little bit with the color, so I'm kind of trying to recreate that as well. I don't think it went up any further than that, actually. Well, another little one right there. Okay, so those are the little, oops, really zoomed in, dots. I'm going to go ahead now and cure this for 90 seconds. Then I'm going to do this hand, but I'm not going to do this hand in real time. I'm going to speed it up for you. So stay tuned for that, and then we'll come back at the end for the final look and some cuticle oil. So this is how we are looking. I'm going to go ahead and put my matte gel from Glam Co on top of all of my nails here. Just a note, I did add some more dots up on my middle finger here to kind of like wrap it all in together. And I should have added like a couple down here, but that's okay because in the picture they didn't have them down there. So I like the way this came out. I think obviously that nail shape is probably makes it easier to do something like that just because you have more space to work with and cleaner lines. So, but on this square, I like it. I'm not gonna, say it didn't come out the way I planned. I knew it wouldn't look exactly like that, but I did like the idea of that mani and the way the lines kind of intersected with the different colors and things like that. So it's a nice summer mani, I think. So I'm just sealing this all up, and then I have to cure this for 90 seconds, and then we'll come back for the final look and the cuticle oil. So it might not look matte after I put the cuticle oil on, but it will turn matte again once I do my Nailfie pictures for the end here for you guys. So thanks so much for watching as always. I'm just going to say this now in case I forget. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like this video. If you'd also want to share it, that's great as well. I would really appreciate that. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, my handle is at laslovelynails. I, post content there. I'm an ambassador for a couple of different companies. So I post, when they're having sales and things like that. Anytime I post a new mani, I put it up there. I do reels. So it's a lot of fun stuff coming up too, because there's One Color Wednesday tomorrow. There's also the July Color Palette Challenge that I participate in each month is releasing this Saturday. So keep an eye out for that. There's some fun colors with that mani, and I have it planned out already. I haven't done it yet, but it is planned out. So stay tuned for that. And also my anniversary mani for me and my husband. We have our anniversary this Saturday, so I'll be doing like a bonus video. I'm not sure when I'll be releasing that, but keep an eye out for that too. And I'll come back here at the end and we'll do some final looks and cuticle oil. Look at that matte finish. I just love a good matte mani. I don't do them as often as I should, but I do like them. I like them better with like darker colors, but I love this blue matte. I think this is really nice. And of course the accent nails go really nice as well with the matte. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my Breezy Babe Cuticle Oil by Diplomatiq Nails to hydrate up my cuticles, which desperately need to be hydrated. And yeah, so stay tuned for my next video, and I'll probably do some shorts this week too. So stay tuned for that. Thanks so much for watching. Have a lovely day.